Centuries ago, a war was fought, and Regoria was destroyed. But in a last-ditch effort, there was one elf who buried a little bit of magic.
Guarantee anyone will find it.
Let's hope someone does.
And now, one young man
Pops, what is this?
will have to end a war started long before his time.
Can't run!
Can't! His spell has taken hold. This is the last possible chance this world may have.
Echoes of Regoria, now available wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Welcome to Board Games Anonymous, the podcast where everyone is welcome to the table, but of course, no one knows whose turn it is. This is Chris,
Hey, and this is Anthony.
and this is episode 545, Gamefound's most funded games of all time. We like to thank all of our Patreon backers for helping us bring you a brand new episode. Hey friends, we are so glad to be back with you this week. And of course, Anthony is still back with us here this week. Anthony, you're here again.
Yeah!
Yay!
Was I not gonna be?
I don't know. Gotta take a look at the schedule. It's very.
That's true. Sometimes it's
It's
choppy.
a lot of things happening. A lot of things
Yeah.
are flowing.
Yeah, well, I'm all over the place. Well, in
He's
3 weeks,
every-
I'm gonna be out of town, just so you know.
Oh no.
So are you! Ha ha ha!
Where are we gonna be, man?
We're gonna be in Rochester doing some stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah, that thing we've been talking about. Board Game Academics. Yeah, we got 3 weeks left, everybody, until Board Game Academics Conference 2025. You can check it out on boardgameacademics.com/register. Please, please, please take a look. If you can make it, we would love to have you there. We're going to have over a dozen presentations. We're going to have game demos. We're going to have the wonderful National Museum of Play, the Strong National Museum of Play. So many things to do.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We will all be there with the crew, and a lot of people that you've listened to on the podcast will be there as well. So it's a really great opportunity to meet all of the great people, publishers, designers, people from the Gamma, from the Game Manufacturers Association will be there as well. So, I mean, you're going to get to meet a lot of really cool people, play games with them, listen to their presentations, contribute to the dialogues that's going on. And as Anthony said, the National Museum of Play, which has all of the board games, all of the video games, and all of the toys of all time.
Yeah.
A lot of all-time stuff there, including us.
yeah. Don't forget us. We're the all-timers.
We'll be there too.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. Really excited about it. So, like, we're in like the final preparations right now.
Yes.
Registration is still open, though. You can still register.
Ooh.
So, especially if you're in the area, you can make it out for the day. You should definitely do that.
Sure.
We would love to meet you, but also to have a chance to hang out and discuss board games and all the things they do in the world, and to explore this wonderful, wonderful museum.
100%. Again, these are the games and these are the people that are bringing more games to the table. So we would love to see you as part of the dialogue, the crowd, the gamers at the table. All right, everybody. So until we get to see you for that, Anthony, we got a fun episode here. We rolled some D20s and we crit. We won't say which way we critted, but we crit. And we did so incredibly well that for this episode, we will be talking about the other crowdfunding source of all time. It used to be just Kickstarter, but then this little company came along and founded Gamefound.
Yeah. Awakened Realms is like, we don't want to give 10-20% of our money to Kickstarter. We're going to make our own platform.
See, they did
Hey,
a thing.
Everybody come over here. They basically pulled a Valve. This is the Steam of board games now. And yeah, so we have over 20, 25, 30 games that have made over $3 million on
Yeah,
board
they have about,
on
take a
Gamefound.
look at here, over 2,500 games in their overall system.
That's crazy.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of games, man.
So yeah, we're gonna go through the biggest of that bunch.
Yeah, you may have backed these, you may have played these, or maybe you didn't even know these things existed. And that'd be a fine list to talk about because, again, Gamefound's pretty big, man. They're a big player now.
Yeah, they're making all the monies.
All the cool kids and all the cool games are going over there now. It used to be Kickstarter, but now Gamefound is, I don't know, are they taking the title? Are they the new title holders?
I think they are. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last time I was on Kickstarter at
Oh, no.
all. That's not true. I mean, I'm sure I'm like pulling it up. I'm like, did I back anything on here recently? I don't know. Yeah, there's just not as much over there. And you know what? Maybe that's interesting from a Kickstarter perspective, not from them as a company perspective. I'm sure they're mad about it, but
Yes.
just, you get to see more interesting projects. They're not, for a while there, whatever percentage of their revenue is games, and it was the only big consistent part of their revenue. And now
Yes.
they have to diversify a little bit, which is good for people.
Sure. I mean, I think that was very surprising back in the day for Kickstarter. I can't imagine, and I don't think anyone could imagine that tabletop gaming would be so big
Mm-hmm.
as far as a crowdfunding source. And the fact that it drew so much revenue for Kickstarter, I guess it makes a lot of sense for Gamefound to come out and be like, hey, we just do this. This is just all we do is games.
Specialize, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big enough chunk of the market. It's people didn't love how Kickstarter managed things. It made
Yeah.
sense to kind of do your own thing.
Especially when you're the only game in town, which Kickstarter was.
Right.
So if you wanted, again, there was Indiegogo, which was very tiny and really had only very small kind of games up there. And then there was a couple of other random crowdfunding things here and there. BackerKit was a thing. I don't know how much still happens on BackerKit, but it's kind of a thing. And then
Yeah,
obviously Hasbro has their own thing too.
Right. Yeah, there's a bunch of them, but
Yeah.
yeah. But for reference, the last time I backed something on Kickstarter was December of last year.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I think I've backed things on Gamefound since. Not much.
You're still waiting for things.
I'm waiting on things. There are certainly things out in the ether. So,
That's true.
including the largest Kickstarter of all time, which was the Stormlight Archive RPG,
Yeah.
which I just got a tracking label for. So
Ooh,
that
very
should be
nice.
coming soon.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So crowdfunding is still alive and kicking, and we're going to be talking about the games that are kicking off on Gamefound.
Yep.
All right, Anthony. So that's going to be our feature review. But before we get into that, let's roll for preview. And again, natural crit here, Anthony. We are doing the BGG Hotness, not one, but we're going to run through them all.
Yeah. So instead of one hotness this week, we got 50.
Yes, we usually just preview one game because they're special. And this time they're all special, Anthony. It's a special episode.
So special. Although I will say we're going to skip over about a third of these.
Well, because we talk about them all the time.
Yeah. No, it's not because they're not special. It's because we're tired of talking about them every week.
They did a thing. Yeah, no, you say that every week.
Yeah. It won the Spiel des Jahres. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, so let's kick it off. We have the top 50 Board Game Geek Hotness as of September 15th. Number 50 is Sky Team, which this is the one I was just making a joke about. The one that Spiel des Jahres. Ta-da!
Yeah. He's not grumpy about it. He likes it.
I haven't played it, so I can't say I like it or dislike it, but it's there, and I do want to play it. So
there you go.
Number 49 is Railways of the Lost Atlas. This is a 18xx game or style game with a modular developing map. So typically you don't have, most 18xx games, it's a static map. This is a modular map, which is weird. Why it's in the hotness now, I'm not particularly sure. Possibly just recent reviews or the fact that it looks like there's some expansion material coming out for this. So that would be why.
Gotcha.
But there you have it, folks. A game that Chris will never play.
I will never play that game. No. For so many reasons. Mostly because there's other games to play.
Yeah.
Not because of that, but there's just lots of games to play. Will Chris ever play an 18XX game?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
Wow, you have more confidence in that than I do.
I've gotten close twice to getting you to do it. So
it almost happened a couple of times.
Yeah. Like if we can power through, I can get there.
It wasn't me, man. I was open to playing it.
I
You were
know
there.
you were. I was carrying it around. You were like trying on my behalf, but
Yeah.
we couldn't get that third and fourth person that you need for that
No.
game not to suck. So
It's true.
2-player 18xx is no good.
It may or may never happen. Stay tuned.
Yeah. All right, number 48 is Serial Killer,
Yeah.
which is a game of solving crimes,
Uh-huh.
but the killer has a cereal addiction.
Of
Get it?
course they do.
Do you get it?
It's a pun, right?
Yeah, you get it. It's a team-based deduction game, and I think probably the reason it's on here is because there is cereal in the box.
There's actually cereal, I guess, game pieces, not actual
Yeah.
cereal to be eaten.
Yeah, don't eat them, but they look like real cereal, so
They do look like Fruit Loops.
I hope that they have that nasty spray on them so people don't eat them.
Yeah. A couple of games have done this in the past, and we've been very concerned about it.
Right? Like the Dorito game or
The Dorito game.
It's like, someone's gonna eat that. What are you doing?
Yes.
All right, it looks cute. I think it's probably on here because it's Serial Killer. It's a very funny pun.
It's very nicely done.
Number 47 is Voidfall.
Yes.
Voidfall is great. Came out 2 years ago. My number one game of all time. Obviously, I love it. They, I don't believe, have any new content coming, but there is. There's the semi-sequel, Revenant, coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on here. Cascadia at number 46, another Spiel des Jahres winner. So it's just kind of always floating around the list. Very popular.
You're a big fan of both of these games, actually.
This was my game of the year before the Voidfall came out.
Yeah.
So there you have it. This one had an expansion a couple years ago, and the app recently came out as well. We have at number 45, Horloge, the Prague astronomical clock.
This looks very cool.
It does look very cool. I don't understand what I'm looking at, though. I mean, you're building a clock.
It's an astronomical.
Yeah, but it's such a busy board.
It's a Euro-ish kind of looking board, but it looks like a calendar.
It's a Euro-ish looking board, but it's like a. It looks like that. What's the game? Like
the
Raga.
the Devere game.
Oh, that one too. Yeah, Batoku. It looks kind of like that, but like old school. It's so much going on. It's so busy.
Yeah, the picture with the actual board and the sideboards, which are also very cool looking, it's like they used every color.
Yeah.
And again, this is weird because again, Euro games historically have been the opposite. They've been a gray or a beige tone.
Mm-hmm.
And this is used every crayon in the box. It'll be really interesting to see if that kind of burns out your cornea as you're playing it. But it looks very cool though. I like the look of it. I like it's got the two clocks. It looks like it's got gears and and screen printed meeples. So
yeah.
it seems very nice and fancy. I mean, this certainly could be a game that could go on Gamefound and raise like a crazy amount of money, considering the quality of the artwork and the graphic design here. But also, it's a little bit a lot. It's a little.
It's a little bit a lot. It reminds me of the Praga Caput Regni board.
Oh, sure.
Where you're like,
Or,
this is a cool looking city, but it's also like, where's Waldo?
Where's the other one? Agara? I think it was Agara. It was the one with the slanted board.
Oh, Agora. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Agra.
Agra. It had that big slanted board. It was very beautiful. And
Yeah.
The box was gorgeous and everything, but it made it supposedly very difficult to play.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're looking at. So, it's like, is that a piece there? No, that's the artwork. Is that artwork? No, that's the piece.
So,
It looks cool though. I love when the artwork is so good that you're just like, can I play on that?
I would love to play. And again, it's one of those games where, like Lisboa, where you would probably want to stick it on the wall just because it's so gorgeous.
Yeah. So yeah, that was number 45. Number 44 is Civolution.
Yeah, buddy.
This is it's a Feld game. It's been popular. It's hot. It's moving up on the list. It did not really resonate with me, but
sure,
it's been on my pile to get back to and play again. Just because multiple people have said you have to try that again. I'm like, okay, I'll try it again. So,
try one more time. Roll those dice and see where they go.
I'll play it some more. Why not? Next up, we have Terror Escape, which is a horror board game, team-based asymmetric horror board game. So you are either a survivor or the killer, which is kind of the common theme in these.
Yeah,
one versus many.
Yeah, I talked about this a long time ago. I think when it initially, I'm assuming it was on Kickstarter. Maybe it was on Gamefound, but it was definitely
Right.
crowdfunded. And it has this really cool kind of like DM screen because you're not supposed to see the movement of the killer. And
Hmm.
the screen is this kind of haunted house that has like multi functions to it, including a dice tower into it. I was really excited about this. I'm not a fan of the gore kind of section here, but
Right.
um, if they made a Scooby Doo version, I would be down for that. But it's a fascinating production. I would really like to play it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's gonna be a lot more out there. The reason that this is on here is that Terrorscape 2 is currently
Ooh,
on GameFound.
there you go. See, we're doing it already. We do an episode on Game Found. All of a sudden, they're picking up games.
Right? Yeah, just instantly. They went back in time and did it.
We went over this, Anthony. All time is one. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
It's very zen like
I
that.
can't tell if that makes you feel better or worse.
Yes. See, yes, it does. It's both.
All of the above, yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, we have knocking off a couple here of games that are just up here for a little bit. We have Nemesis, one of the top 25 games on Board Game Geek. People talk about Nemesis all the time.
They do.
We have Earthborn Rangers.
Mhm.
This one came out a couple years ago. It had a crowdfunding campaign last year to bring it back to everybody.
Mhm.
So that's a very popular game as well.
Yep.
Number 40, Undaunted 2200 Callisto.
Ooh.
Now, the Undaunted game's very popular.
Very popular. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, this is the like sci-fi version of Undaunted. And it's a bigger box. A lot more going on here.
I like it, but also it's one of those situations where, again, anytime you do something a sci-fi thing, if it's not a kind of like a branded IP that everybody knows, it takes a pretty heavy learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, hey, what does the railgunner do? Well, I don't know. Like, scanner guy? I guess he scans. I guess he does a thing. But it's a fantastic. I mean, the game mechanics of Undaunted is great. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I like sci-fi. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it's cool to have a sci-fi version.
Mhm.
All right, we have a run here of just like all-time classics. We have Everdell at 39, Dune
Awesome.
Imperium at 38.
Excellent.
The White Castle has become kind of a modern classic,
How
37.
did that happen? How?
I don't know.
Jeez, were there like cash in the box when people were buying it?
I don't know because I like their previous two games. The one about the bullet train in Japan.
Yeah.
Shinkansen Zero, and then Cathedral. I like both of those a lot more than this one.
Again, this is a weird game because I've seen it popped out, but I've never been around when it actually hit the table. So I again, will this or 18 X happen first? I don't know.
This one's on Board Game Geek or Board Game Arena at least.
All
so
maybe
you have a chance.
Possible.
36 is Wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
Always there. Lord of the Rings: Duel for Middle Earth at 35.
I've heard of it.
Heard of it. Me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Flip 7, Spiel des Jahres nominee at 34.
Excellent.
Dune Imperium Uprising, number 33. This is the second version, which is also somehow in the top 10 on Board Game Geek.
There you go.
Just eat up those spots.
It's not like it's any way similar to the other version. It is very similar to the other version.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
32 is Root.
Yes.
Root, all-time classic. There is an expansion shipping for this very soon. So
there's always an expansion shipping for
I know,
this.
and every single time they're like, this is the last one. And you're like, are you sure? Are you sure it's the last one? And they're like, maybe. Just kidding. We thought of another one.
We found more woodland creatures living out there. We want to throw them in the box.
Right. Castle Combo at 31.
Okay.
Have you played this? I know it's on Board Game Arena. I have
not played this yet.
Okay. It looks like the kind of game I would like, right? Just like, tableau building, drafting involved, ridiculous looking artwork, but I have not tried it.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of just like as far as like putting together a bunch of different combos,
right?
Where almost like point salad. So you put together that tableau, but again, the tableau only really scores based upon the individual cards and what their kind of victory conditions are. So probably a lot of fun, but also a little on the chaotic side because whatever you get kind of thing. So yeah, I'll definitely have to check this one out because I'm a man who loves a good tableau.
Yeah. Number 30, Slay the Spire, the board game.
Yeah, buddy.
One of my favorites from last year. I don't see a clear reason why it's up here. I know Slay the Spire 2, the video game's coming out soon. I keep waiting for them to announce Slay the Spire 2, the board game.
But I'm assuming the video game is pulling this back up into some sort of attention here.
Yeah. I mean, it's not out yet, but I know people are talking about it. They
Yeah,
expect it to come soon. It's supposed to come this year.
Yeah, I think whatever the hits are, it hits the same SEOs. Just like Slay the Spire,
Right.
Slay the Spire, Slay the Spire.
Yeah, right. If you type in Slay the Spire into Google, does the board game show up on the top page? I don't know, but maybe if you typed in Slay the Spire new game, it would pop up.
Yeah, maybe new game would pop up for it.
Yeah. All right. Number 29 is Wondrous Creatures. This is one of those like quirky little cute looking games that everybody's like raving about that kind of snuck in under the radar last year.
Yeah.
And has just been up here in the top 25 for a while now. And I have not had a chance I haven't even seen it. Like, go to game nights and I do not even see it out. I don't know who has this, but whoever has it, they love it.
I mean, the production, the artwork, is solidly amazing here.
Yeah.
And it seems to come mostly down to somewhat of an abstract game, but the cards are beautiful. The screen printed meeples are fantastic. But again, I agree with you too. Many of them meet up, but I have not seen this anywhere.
Right.
You can also play a single player solo, which again I don't necessarily would recommend, but maybe that's where it's hanging out, man.
Maybe. Yeah. All right, number 28, Kingdoms Forlorn, Dragons, Devils, and Kings.
That's a bit of a title, man.
Guess what type of game this is?
Rolling right?
No.
It's not a rolling right. Get out of here. No way.
Guess for real, man. Guess for real.
This is gotta be a miniatures game, man.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. It's a co-op solo dungeon crawl. It's designed by one of the fellows worked on Aeon Trespass Odyssey, which is one of the big ones from a couple years ago. So they're claiming 150 hours of narrative gameplay and 1,000 unique illustrations and giant miniatures. So
I think you should have to sign a waiver when you buy these games. Just be like, This is my game I play now for my life.
Right, yeah, this is it. This is all I got. So yeah, it's gonna be on Kickstarter. That is all.
And it's gonna be a lot of miniatures. And it's gonna make lots of money.
Yeah, it's what they do. Make all that monies. Number 27 is Emberheart. This is a Mind Clash game about dragons. Rescuing and training dragons. I have almost purchased this a couple times because my daughter is really big into dragons. We've had a lot of fun with Flamecraft and Wormspan. And then I remembered she doesn't play games as often as I do, and I don't need a third or fourth game about dragons. We have Flamecraft and Wormspan. But it looks really cute. And
it does.
I like that Mind Clash is like diversifying and having these other games that they publish that are not these big sprawling monstrosities. So.
Sure. Yeah, this is definitely that was the one thing with Mind Clash that was always a bit of a challenge, is that their games didn't seem to be like edited down to like a polish. So maybe making it a little smaller kind of works.
Yeah. So
it's nice. Yeah, I mean, Mind Clash just continues to produce good games. Looks great too.
Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, 26 is Heat Pedal to the Metal. Good racing game. 25 Spirit Island. 24 Terraforming Mars.
I have heard of it.
I have as well. 23 Forest Shuffle. I know the new version of this, Dartmoor, just came out. 22 is Luthier. So people are getting their copies of this big, sprawling, expensive game about making violins.
Did you see the videos where the dice tower actually plays kind of a couple of tones of music when you put the dice down?
So crazy. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, it's an organ, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. It kind of fits with it. Just bing, 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 bing when it goes down. So
we could solve world hunger, or we could make musical dice towers.
Look, man, we made our decision. Okay,
we're all in at this point. It's fine.
Did we not just talk about Kingdoms Forlorn, Dragons, Devils, and Kings? Do we not know how much plastic is going to be in that box?
No, don't do that.
We had a good run. We played some great games on the way out.
Yeah, we did. All right, that's Luthier. 21 is Harmonies. This one's up here all the time now.
Yes.
It's I don't know. I don't think there's anything new going on here. It's a popular little abstract. It's on Board Game Arena. Bomb Busters, recent winner of the Spiel des Jahres, impossible to find in the U.S. still.
Yeah. They're having some problems, boy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is periodically in stock, but it's also not cheap in stock. So.
No.
Nemesis Retaliation. So this was the newer version of Nemesis, part of that big $900 campaign we made fun of a couple years ago.
That was fun.
Shipped out recently, so people are getting this and playing it.
It's pretty cool. They have that Alien Earth show happening at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So, good time to watch the show, which I hear is very good. Haven't gotten a chance to see it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And play this game at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
18, Brass Birmingham, which is the number one game on Board Game Geek, but also we have Brass Pittsburgh coming soon.
Pittsburgh, man. Excited?
Yeah. I love Brass. And I lived in Pittsburgh. And you combine those two things, and I would like to play the game about Pittsburgh before I lived there, I guess.
Yeah, we talked about this, I think, with Aaron on as far as the preview is concerned. So you could jump back to that episode. We talked more about it, but it's exciting. Seems to be a little more lighter, streamlined, and identifies a bunch of different things that were happening back in the day.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bring up the Brass system to the North America.
Yeah.
All right, next up on the list, we have at number 17, Lost Ruins of Arnak. Just recently, the big box shipped out. They had a new expansion in it, and they have another new expansion coming with a big sprawling map. So just always new content for this thing.
It's supposed to be Lost Ruins, but you keep finding new things to put out for
I
this
know,
game.
yeah. Very easily found ruins of Arnak.
Yes. Like everywhere, all the time.
There are ruins all over the place. All right, next up we have Orapa Space.
Ooh.
Now, this is interesting. It's a laser-based deduction challenge. So you're using laser beams to uncover different things on the board.
Yes.
And this looks like more almost activity than game, but people are all about it. It's like a cool little deduction puzzle. It looks fun.
Yeah. It's got a really unique look. I can only imagine. I wish I was there for the pitch on this.
Right.
Because it makes a lot of sense, technically. But again, yeah. I hopefully they have this at PAX so we can take a look at that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have 15, Andromeda's Edge. This is because the new expansion Genesis is currently up on Gamefound.
Oh, Gamefound,
yeah,
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so we got a new expansion. It comes with a few different modules. It's only $30, which is cool.
Yeah.
3 new factions, bunch of new cards, upgrade abilities, new shrines for the board.
Mm-hmm.
New raiders, just lots of cool stuff to throw in the box. And again, only $30, and also the chance to get all the other fancy stuff if you didn't get it last time. So I backed this. I'm excited for it. I like me some Andromeda's Edge.
Are we dealing with tariff shipping craziness?
Oh yeah, probably. Who knows? You can't think about shipping anymore. They don't even tell us the shipping cost yet. It's just like we'll figure it out later because it's who knows.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody.
Pretty much. That's the way it goes now.
Remember when we used to play games? Remember games?
Yeah.
Remember they used to ship us games?
Now they ship us tariffs.
They do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 14, The Great Sea. This is the new Shem Phillips game. It is about building triremes, biremes, whatever you want to call them, the reams, building out trade routes, controlling ancient temples. It's managing the ancient Mediterranean. So
nice.
Looks good.
Another trading in the Mediterranean game? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to say because it doesn't look like a trading game necessarily. It looks like more like an area control type of thing. But
okay.
We'll see. It's from Garphill. It's one of their historical games. S.J. McDonald and Zach Smith.
Nice.
McDonald worked on a lot of all 3 of the West Kingdoms games, the South Tigris games.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
I'm liking it. I like the artwork too.
Yeah.
Sam Phillips, good job, man.
Number 13, Arcs, the Cole Worley game from last year. Great little. I keep calling it a trick taking game. That trick taking is like 20% of the mechanics. There's a lot more going on here, but it's a fun space opera tactical area majority type of thing. It's a lot going on here, but it's a good thing. It's a good time. Running through a few other popular recent games: Arc Nova at 12, Galactic Cruise at 11. New one here, number 10, Dwarf Romantic Light Luggage. So this is taking Dwarf Romantic, which is, of course, the board game version of the video game, where you lay out tiles and try to complete different objectives. And it's a more compact, smaller box version of it. This is the 4th or 5th version of Dwarf Romantic that's come out now.
Sure.
Again, won the Spiel des Jahres a couple years ago. And now, so there's a duel, there's Sakura, which is like more like Japanese themed. And now Light Luggage, which just seems to be a smaller box. And the thing about these games is that like they have a bunch of modules in them as you try to complete these different objectives. So maybe this just has less modules.
Cool. Like it.
Yep. Number 9 is Covenant. Covenant being the new Devere game from Herman P. Milan. We just talked about Bitoku not too long ago.
Yes.
This is the designer of Bitoku.
Gotcha.
So it's a game about dwarves doing dwarf stuff.
Yeah, buddy. A lot of mining. They're
digging
mining.
up mountains. Yep.
There's mining dice, there's a lot of screen printed meeples.
Yeah, very stylized artwork. Looks very French.
Sounds
Whatever that means. Number 8, SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Very popular game of late, but also new expansion coming out next month at Essen. So very excited about that. We've talked about that expansion several times now. Hoping that it opens up the game a little bit more. Number 7, Lost Ruins of Arnak, Twisted Paths. This is that new expansion I mentioned. We have 2 new maps and temples for Arnak. Big boards, new options, kind of diverging paths. So you don't necessarily have one single research track. You now have multiple different ways to go on the research track, which is
I like that a lot. I think that's a great idea because again, when you play that game, it's a race, which makes sense,
right?
But it really doesn't feel great when someone gets to the obvious thing, which is always better on one path versus the other,
right?
And you're just, and there maybe to be like 1 or 2 steps above you. You're just like, well, I'm going to get nothing for the next 2 rounds. I feel bad about that. So
yeah, and now it goes off in like 3 to 4 different directions, which is cool.
That's great.
Yeah. Number 6, Star Wars Battle of Hoth.
I've heard of that battle.
Yeah, Command and Colors / Battle Cry-ish Star Wars game. Memoir 44 is Star Wars, really, is what it is. But
yeah,
very, very tight, very small. They say like 30 to 40 minutes, so like even
great.
shorter than Memoir 44.
Sure.
I've been meaning to pick this up just because I feel like the kids might play it with me, but I almost have to show it to them first. Like, will you play this with me? Because it's still expensive. It's Star Wars.
Yeah. But it's a good production from what I see, and it's gotten a lot of good reviews. So it, even though it's smaller and quicker, it hasn't seemingly been diminished.
Yeah.
So that's always nice to see because sometimes they could have done a cheap IP knockoff.
Yeah.
And it seems like everything's kind of held together, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
All
right, next up, number 5, we have Dreamwood. It's about different animals competing to control the forest. This is from Lost Games Kickstarter or Gamefound campaign, that they're running currently. And the designer of games like Wishland, Medieval Realms, Castle Rising. So it's interesting, like mishmash of different games you can back at that level. I don't know why it's so high. It's just not like these aren't games that I've heard of a lot before. But maybe they've just done a really good marketing campaign.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, looking at the campaign itself, it's like 7 different quotes from Dice Tower people, and then a paid Dice Tower preview. So I think they kind of got the Dice Tower stream of attention.
Right. Well, that makes sense.
Down to a hardcore kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It worked for them. They're top 5.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Vantage.
Stonemeyer's
big new game this year. People are loving this one.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot of good praise as being like a very good solo game, and it's got that kind of like experiential kind of feel to it because you can open sandbox, you can kind of do whatever you want. Again, some challenges with that because once you can do whatever you want in a sandbox kind of way, then you could kind of do whatever you want, but maybe you don't get to do the thing. So, but yeah, generally, if you have a good experience with it, it's a really good experience.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, number 3, a brand new version of Container from
What?
Allplay.
Jeez.
So,
That's
so
a throwback.
Container's been around for a while. The original version of this came out back in 2007, and it is literally what it sounds like. It is a game about shipping containers and moving them across the map, right? And then in 2017, there was a 10th anniversary edition from Mercury Games, which was like larger ships, but you could also get the jumbo edition of that with enormous ships.
That's crazy.
Like the size of like a toy fire truck. I never played it, but I've played with it because I had a friend who had a copy, and we just didn't have the space to play it. But yeah, it's literally, it's one of the like big economic games. It's brutal in that sense, but it's very popular, and I think people are just psyched because they're like, a new version, crazy.
Yeah, I played this. I played the 10th anniversary jumbo edition several times.
Oh, very nice.
It's not as complicated or as crunchy. I mean, it's crunchy, of course, but it's not overly complicated. Basically, choosing to ship certain containers, obviously filling your ship, and then obviously being able to store in the warehouse. It's just, it looks more big and complicated. It's actually very manageable and streamlined. I think that's generally why it's gotten so much attention, because like you said, the visual appeal of the ships and the containers and things like that, and then obviously the warehouse and all, the logistics of it. Like it's a wonderfully streamlined logistics game, and obviously we all know about containers, more or less, right? Shipping, tariffs,
yeah,
things like that.
But it's hot in the news right now.
Yeah, so no, if you get a chance to play it, do play it. I think it's a good game, and it's not crazy complicated. This is not an 18XX situation whatsoever.
Right. All right, number 2, Lord of the Rings: Fate of the Fellowship. This one's been shipping the last like 2-3 weeks. So it is the Pandemic but Lord of the Rings game, and by all accounts, people are loving it. But it's also like a more complex version of Pandemic, so you shouldn't expect just Pandemic with Lord of the Rings slapped on top of it. There's a lot more going on here, which is probably a good thing, but also the core mechanisms are still Pandemic. Like you're flipping cards, you're filling up the map. It might go bad for you.
Yeah, again, another one of those experiences where you either have a fun adventure or the mechanics just lock you down, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, and I think there's a couple more moving parts to this than the original Pandemic. So, that also can kind of play into that a little bit.
Sure. All right, and then number 1 on the hotness right now is The Old King's Crown. This is a game from Pablo Clark, new designer. This is the first game listed on Board Game Geek, and Eerie Idle Games, also a new publisher. So it's just another one of those situations where people are just like latching onto a brand new thing on crowdfunding, but also really nice artwork.
Very nice artwork, very nice production, looks great, and it's going to be up on Gamefound 2026.
Yep. Yeah. So just get some preview here, and people are psyched for it.
Yeah, Gamefound. Hey, we should do an episode on them. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Done. All right, well, there you go, everybody. Our roll for preview. Sometimes we hit the crit, and sometimes we do all of the games there. Anthony, thank you so much for taking us through all that fun stuff. And now on to our feature review. And again, we've been talking about it a lot. It is the place to fund your games these days. It is Gamefound, and we are, of course, taking a look at Gamefound's most funded games of all time, because again, these are great games. You have maybe backed these and have things that you would like to say about it. Or again, maybe you've never played these at all and maybe you should take a look, because again, people do like these games, Anthony. They're big fans.
Yeah. I spent a lot of money on them, that's for sure.
Anthony will tell you in detail all the things, because he spent all the monies.
I didn't spend all the monies.
Well, on some of these games,
I spent some of the monies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of monies in those games.
Yeah. So, so we have the list of top games on Gamefound by money. I don't think we'll touch on every single one of these, because some of these we don't know. Right? So we've got things like just the miniature games upon miniature games, but also like sequel number 4 to a miniature game that we also have played. Of course. So we'll mention it, but we're not going to delve into all. But let's start out. We're going to start out with let's see, number 25. So we're doing 25 of these, and we'll skim through them. This is Too Many Bones Unbreakable. And so this is when Chip Theory kind of moved their stuff over, and we got a big Too Many Bones kind of sprawling epic campaign, which hit $3.39 million.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this was. I mean, Chip Theory had been on Kickstarter for a while, so shifting over here was an interesting move, but it obviously worked out for them. This was 4 years ago, so it's one of the early adopters into the big shift over.
Yeah, and it carried all their other games, so it was an opportunity to pick up all the past stuff as well.
Yeah, hence all the monies.
Yeah, their games are very expensive, and again, seemingly bulletproof at some level.
I know.
And if you wanted to pick up all of their stuff, Anthony, it was $1,100.
What?
There you go.
I believe
Second
it.
Nemesis, you $900 weakling.
Come on, what are we doing over here? Yeah, this is probably a common theme in all these. It's like the all-in pledge. It's like a month's rent. So
well, again, I think a lot of these games on Gamefound, if you take a look, especially the older games, it was an opportunity to run the game on Kickstarter and then to run it a second time on Gamefound once it kind of like proved itself out there. And Kickstarter doesn't let you run the same game twice. So you got to run it again on a separate campaign and then offer, obviously, all the other stuff that was previously there. So, ergo, $1,100.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So we have next up on the list, moving forward, we have Firefly the Game 10th Anniversary Collector's Edition. This made $3.45 million for Gale Force 9.
Mm-hmm.
And so Firefly is a game that kind of came out when we were just getting into this version of the hobby that we're into now, like with the podcast starting. People were playing it back in the day, and so this was just up a couple years ago. I think 2023 was 10th anniversary, and I'd forgotten about the game. but obviously, the 11,000 backers who backed it did not forget about it.
People are browncoats, man. They never forget.
No, it's funny to me that this show is still kicking after 25 years or 24 years since it only had its 8 episodes or whatever it was. So.
Yeah, and a movie, to be fair.
A good movie.
But I think that the fact that it was cut in its prime, people never forgot that burn. I think that was, if it had gotten, like you said, 2 seasons or something, I think people would be at least a little more free about the whole thing. I remember playing Firefly a lot. I think the initial version had some of its own problems and issues. It just took too long of a game.
Yeah.
I remember playing this way back, you took 10 plus years ago, and it was just like, I think we eventually had a house rule a couple of things, which I think became somewhat standard in the errata after the fact.
Right.
But if you're a fan, and again, there wasn't a lot out there for Firefly as far as like toys and games and things out like that. I think this is one of the biggest things, because like this 10th anniversary edition came with like an incredible amount of collectibles and colored chips and stuff like that too. So this was a cool thing to have if you're a Firefly fan.
Yeah, it's like one of the ultimate pick up and deliver sandboxy games.
Yeah, 100%.
Of which we have many now. All right, next up we have Earthborn Rangers, which we talked about in the Hotness. Second printing, $3.59 million, 16,000 backers. This is one of those games that came out. Everybody said very nice things about it. It was impossible to find, and so when they posted it back on Gamefound, it made all the monies. So I looked at this campaign like a dozen times. Like, oh, I love the look of it. And Cole Worley says it's like a Legend of Zelda, but in a board game, which is freaking amazing. And I didn't quite bite. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting a chance to try it once it gets out.
Nice.
Moving up, we have Massive Darkness Dungeons of Shadow Reach at 3.76 million. I know you're still holding on to your first edition of this stuff. This is the 3rd release, I believe.
I think you're correct on that. I remember the second release was really impressive, because the first version is not bad, but it was just more of the same. And then the second release had like asymmetrical, somewhat gameplay for each character, and that really brought the game back into like real focus and attention. And then this was just like a lot more of the cool stuff.
Yeah.
That you like from the second edition, and once again, it allowed you to pick up all the previous stuff as well.
Right. Yeah. There's so much here. Right. And then they also had the the TTRPG mixed in with this campaign too, so you
Yep.
could back that as well.
Yeah, a lot of stuff here.
Yep.
The chest of many things, as they call it.
Right. Next up, another CMON campaign. You'll sense a theme here coming up, where most of the games from here on out are made by one of two companies.
Mhm.
But CMON's Cthulhu Death May Die Forbidden Reaches expansion. This is the one with Godzilla.
Yeah.
So you could get the giant Godzilla to go with your giant Cthulhu. And it's the same size. And if you haven't seen that giant Cthulhu, it's the size of a small baby. So
Let them fight.
yeah. My local game store in Pittsburgh had one of those giant Cthulhus. They just painted and put on the corner of the checkout stand.
Yeah.
It was enormous. Every time I walked in, I'm like, God, what is okay? It's Cthulhu.
Why do you have a child up there?
Yeah, a creepy child with tentacles. Oh, because it's Cthulhu.
It's fine. It's just Cthulhu. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's nothing. Relax.
I love how Cthulhu was so big, and yet they were like, "Who's bigger than Cthulhu? Godzilla." And they're like,
Yeah,
let's
and
do
Godzilla can't lose.
There you go.
Godzilla kind of is an elder god, right? It just kind of rises out of the ocean, destroys
Yeah.
shit, and goes back to sleep.
Yeah, and it can't be killed. It keeps reforming, and it's it's interesting they pulled it into the mythology. I guess if you could pull Cthulhu into Kemet, then you could pull Godzilla into Cthulhu.
I think you should. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We have a Euro.
Oh,
Castles of Burgundy special edition reprint. Not the first run, but the second run. 4.27 million by Awaken
Nice.
Realms. This was
Okay.
just last year, I believe. Or was it earlier this year? This was pretty recently.
Mhm.
But this was the chance to get this if you didn't get it the first time around. Which I did, but a lot of people didn't.
Keep rubbing that in my face, man.
Hey, you
I
had
don't
two
know.
chances, man. You had two chances.
I need a third. I need a third chance.
I think they'll do it, because why not?
There you go. Good job.
All right, next up we have DC Superheroes United from CMON, 4.47 million.
Mhm.
This is when they switched these over, because the Marvel Uniteds were all on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And so they moved over, like with this, and like I think it was DC Zombies they moved over. And this one, it did really well. It did not do quite as well as like the peak of Marvel United, which I think was X-Men. I think that made the
Mhm.
most money.
Yeah, I think so.
But it had, all the stuff that you'd come to expect in a CMON campaign. So like the 30 boxes of stuff, DC Superheroes United. And by all accounts, they are still trying to fulfill on that, even though they've mostly gone bankrupt and everything else.
Jeez.
Because I think the first box of this is now available on Amazon and in some retail stores, and then they're supposed to be shipping everything out in the next few months.
Very cool. Hope to
Fingers
see it.
crossed.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Another Awaken Realms campaign here. Grim Coven. And I'll be the first to admit, I did not recognize the name of this. Did
Mhm.
you? I know we don't generally cover these games. So we haven't really talked about it in our campaign, like in our campaign coverage or anything. This was about a year ago,
Sure.
last June.
I don't
don't
believe
remember
we
it
did. I don't believe. Again, I think a lot of these campaigns, when it's miniatures or dungeon crawl, miniatures / dungeon crawl kind of situation, there's typically not a lot of information about the actual gameplay itself.
Yeah.
And even though you and I do love a wonderful miniature game, a good dungeon crawl, all that kind of stuff, all the better. I think generally they don't give you much of a feel or understanding about the uniqueness of the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like, look at the miniatures, how cool are they? And you're like, yeah, no doubt, like 100%.
Right.
So I don't think there's usually a lot to talk about other than it's got some really cool miniatures and 35 pages of those miniatures. So somewhere there's gameplay. Yeah, and that's kind of a sad thing, because I think that a lot of these games are great. I just don't think we generally get a chance to go through them into like detail as far as the gameplay is concerned. And there's a lot of these miniature games which we already own, so
Right.
they kind of fall into the same bucket. So that would be my own critique, for Gamefound and for these campaigns, is like the miniatures are going to be amazing. The gameplay is relatively known. Just at the start, somewhere in a reasonable kind of place and area, whether it's a video or a detailed kind of walkthrough, just give us what the game's going to be. And again, but maybe in the end, it doesn't sell things, right? I don't know. Cool miniatures do make money, so
that seems to be the leader. I mean, that's why Gamefound exists. It's Awakened Realm makes cool miniatures. So.
Yeah, and they make amazing miniatures, and again, like as far as like it used to be CMON, now it's Awakened Realms.
Yeah,
doing all those things. But I think we already know that now, so I would just like more as far as the gameplay is concerned, because I think we missed out on a lot of these campaigns. Like, oh, cool, it's another dungeon crawl with like really amazing miniatures. Like, does it do anything different? I don't know. I'm on page 20, and I haven't figured it out yet. Do you like the miniatures? Yeah, I like the miniatures.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what they do, but
yeah,
it's not always bad either. That's the problem. Is then you find out later, like, oh, that game's amazing. Or like, oh, there was no way to know that.
That was the thing. Like with Nemesis, again, it was just this monstrosity of a campaign, and again, you go, oh, okay, I've seen all the miniatures before, and then you get a chance to play, and you're like, oh, this is incredible. I should have bought all of this. And again, maybe Grim Coven is part of that kind of situation, which would be great, because we could always use another great miniature game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got some Euros coming up here. We have Puerto Rico Special Edition, $5.68 million.
Wow, fancy! This is with all the fancy boats and materials and such, and this is a non-problematic version of Puerto Rico.
Yeah. This is based on the 1897 version, so addressing all the original issues of the game. Maybe in its own way controversial, but from a business perspective,
it's a better production, and the original retail version of it had some rules issues and some production issues.
Production issues, just design issues in terms of like information printed on the tiles people had issues with.
Yeah, and not giving people credit that they deserved.
Yeah, that also was an issue.
Yes. This is also part of, this is the Castles of Burgundy trend from Awakened Realms, where they're like, hey, cool, that Euro's awesome. What if we just made it with all the plastic pieces that money could buy? And we're like, is that going to make it better? Like, yes. And like, okay, done.
Yeah.
And they did it. They did it again. So that makes sense.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the next one on the list here is the original Castles of Burgundy Special Edition campaign, which made 5.7 million euros.
Sure.
So we just talked about that one. But yeah, same thing. And that was the first one. There's been a few now. Puerto Rico, another game up here. Agricola Special Edition just finished recently, 5.89 million euros.
Mm-hmm.
So Awakened Realms kind of has a whole sub-business here where they're making $5 or $6 million by re-releasing an old Euro, which is crazy.
Well, they're doing like you said, I mean, what's next? It's going to be all the great Euros. It makes a lot of sense, because again, we said it earlier, like Euros were just like this beige and light green and just very basic. And again, they worked, they were fine.
Mm-hmm.
And now finally they get the attention and the love they deserve. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, more Awakened Realms, and again, remember they own this website, so
they do.
Yeah, they run all their ads for free.
They do.
Dragon Eclipse. This is a 1 to 2 player dragon game from Awakened Realms. 5.8 million. This was, I think, driven a lot by the amazing miniatures that the game comes with. Next up, I don't know the numbers here actually, but next up, Stalker the board game, 6.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
This is based on the video game series Stalker. And I know several people who back this and love it. Solo co-op survival game set in Chernobyl.
Ooh.
So, Ukrainian. Monster Hunter World Iceborne, the board game from Steamforged, not Awakened Realms. Based on Monster Hunter World, this is the expansion to Monster Hunter World and just all the content that comes in there. So, just lots of big miniatures. The whole point of Monster Hunter, if you haven't played the video game, is that you are a little dude and you go around and you fight these monsters for hours and you're trying to capture, fight them all and build everything up. So that is the game. So if you
not Pokemon is what you're saying?
It's not, because you don't capture them. You just kill them.
Oh,
you just go around killing stuff.
That's a darker version of Pokemon.
It is a much darker version of Pokemon. People love it. I never got into it. I didn't like it. Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the board game, made 7.1 million euros. This one was always surprising to me. Like, Heroes of Might and Magic, awesome old school stuff. This is the board game, but with expansions as well. And yeah, it just did really well. The all-in pledge was 329. Euros came with, what is it, 12 boxes of stuff. So big old sprawling thing.
Fancy.
Yep. The Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era, 7.2 million from Chip Theory Games. This is the big giant box they were working on for like 5 years. They finally launched on Gamefound, and it shipped out the beginning of this year. Just enormous, and they're prepping an expansion right now. So we're going to have another one of these campaigns that will almost certainly make more than that. I would guess 10 million.
Whoa.
That's my guess. 10.
Okay, could see it. Could happen.
Yeah. Tainted Grail, Kings of Ruin from Awakened Realms, 8.4 million. Another expansion here.
Mhm.
The Witcher, Path of Destiny from Go On Board, 8.6 million. You can tell I'm speeding up because we haven't played these. Cyberpunk 2077 board game from Go On Board, 10.1 million. Lands of Evershade from Awakened Realms, 11.3 million. ISS Vanguard from Awakened Realms, 11.9 million. And I will say for ISS Vanguard, that is a game actually I would like to try.
Nice.
I've heard good things. And then Nemesis Retaliation, the one we always joke about, 21.3 million, $900 all in, 53,000 backers, all the monies.
Ha ha! Who's laughing now?
Awakened
are.
Realms.
They
Yeah.
are.
It's seriously, it's the Valve model. If Simon had done this, they'd be huge.
Yeah,
They would not be dying.
Why? And then Zombicide was if you go back to Kickstarter, Zombicide was like, if you look at their greatest, highest funded games of all time, was kind of theirs, right?
Yeah.
The most hits that they had. Why didn't they do this?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, building a whole website and running the infrastructure for it's a lot of work, but
Sure.
it's paid off for these guys.
Yeah, and like you said, it would have been a very similar, if not identical, kind of game collection that they would have been able to put out. And
Yeah.
seemingly, Simon was in a better position with all their IPs. They must have had a lot of support, and their last bunch of games before everything went downhill was actually good. I don't remember the last time they actually had a failure as far as a campaign's concerned.
Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Way back when. Remember they had a couple, like 2 or 3 in a row, but that was several years ago.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, that is, they overextended. You know, we always talk about crowdfunding being a bit of a Ponzi scheme. You need cash flow. And Awakened Realms figured out their cash flow problem by taking a percentage of everybody else's campaigns. So, and selling ads to them. So good on them.
Yeah, and certainly it's the place to go if you're looking for miniature games.
Yeah,
for sure. And they obviously got the great IPs they got Burgundy and Puerto Rico and Agricola, so you can't go wrong with that. So you throw in Root, that's always going to help out a lot too. And I think even Star Trek Ascendancy was on here too, and I think they raised over $3 million, which is
just over 3, yeah, for the Final Frontier, those big cubes.
And we should mention, because it's always kind of a running gag a little bit, Arc Nova.
Oh yeah,
currently still funding 2.5. They did Food Chain Magnet too, which I think was over 2 on that. So
yeah, that's true. We started around like a little over 3 million. There's a bunch of stuff below that. Like this top list it's crazy. You have like Deceased, the DC zombie game. You have Cloudspire, Robinson Crusoe Collector's Edition was 2.2 million.
To be fair, you didn't mention the greatest one of all time.
You have to tell me what that is.
The greatest one of all time is the Lord of the Rings Confrontation.
Oh, the stupid table.
The table.
I forgot the stupid table.
You got to mention the table, man. They actually sold a table with a very light, simple board game on top of it.
Yep. Yeah, they did do that. I don't even see it on this list. How little did they make?
1.3.
Oh, come on. What are you even doing?
That's like for one table, 1.3.
1.3.
Right?
There it is.
That's how much they were charging for the tables, like 1.3, 1.2.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's good stuff. But yeah, Gamefound's fun. I like the website. I wish there was less miniatures, but that's because I like the Euros, and
they're there.
People still do launch a lot of the Euros over on Kickstarter as well.
I don't like how early they put out the previews.
Yeah, that's true. I have stuff on my watch list that's coming out next year.
They just constantly are hitting you with advertisements. It's like, it's coming. It's like, I know, like, it's been coming for 2 years now at this point. Like,
Yeah.
could you stop? Like, I promise I'll buy it if you would stop sending me reminder emails about something that's not actually doing anything yet. Like, is there any new content? No? Okay. Stop, please. I get it. It's coming. I promise.
Yeah.
Can I just buy it now? Can I buy it now?
Believe me. I believe you.
They're like, it's coming. It's here. It's like, what's here? The preview. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. If you follow the preview, you get a bonus little miniature or something in your
That's it.
game.
That's 100% what it is.
Like, I guess I have to do that.
You do have to do that. If you want to have the fancy wooden table, Anthony, you gotta watch the previews for 6 to 9 months, so that you could get the small wooden pencil that comes with the table. I don't know.
Yeah. It's got the One Ring script wrapped around the pencil.
There you go, 100%. Well, that's a very fun list. Thank you so much for running through all the greatest from Gamefound of all time, people. All time, all the miniatures of all time. And a lot of the great Euros, too, in fact. So they're doing it. So, I mean, I don't know. Poor Kickstarter, man. They used to be a thing. And now Gamefound, they're the thing.
Yeah. It's crazy how much it's shifted.
All right, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this wonderful episode of me and Anthony rolling a bunch of crits and talking about all the games possible. I don't think we've talked about this many games on one episode in a very long time.
No.
So if you haven't gotten a chance yet, please check them out. They're all on Gamefound, or again, check out the Hotness on BGG. A lot of great games to check out, to get a chance to play and to talk about. Until next time, this is Chris, and we'll save you all a seat at the table. Take care, everyone.
Hey there, Hugh from Podderation here, and if you like today's show, why not have a listen to the All Things Nintendo podcast? Hosted by Brian Shea, former director at Game Informer and lifelong games journalist, the show explores the ins and outs of gaming's oldest company and one of its biggest, featuring interviews, featuring reviews, featuring everything you want to know about the world of Nintendo. If you'd like to learn more, check out our website at podderation.com.